You are now watching the Biz to Biz podcast with Alan and Justin.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Justin live from B2B Vault, the Biz to Biz podcast, sponsored by Nationwide Payment Systems, hosted by this guy, the Harrison Ford of payment processing himself, Alan Kopelman. What's up, bro?
Another week coming up. It's this will be on after Election Day.
Yeah.
So
we're recording on the 5th of November.
right. So everybody will hear this on the 6th. The election will be over, hopefully.
Yeah. Any predictions?
Predictions? If you go by the betting apps, everybody's betting that Trump is going to win.
I didn't ask the betting app. I
hope that Donald Trump wins.
Oh, you hope Donald Trump wins?
I hope that he wins. Yes.
Damn. The tangerine tyrant.
Listen,
I don't know, bro. I don't want to talk about politics.
Oh, well, you're the one.
I don't want to get into it. I was just wondering what you thought.
I think it's looking that way, but who knows? I can't go. The polls, who knows what the polls say? I just, whatever I did. I'm more concerned about where I live in the city of Margate, that we get rid of a couple of the commissioners because we don't want people to build on our golf courses.
Right.
And
voting locally is more important than anything.
It is important to vote locally and know what the local issues are. And one of the big issues in Florida is should they make people that are running for like judge, city commissioners, mayors of towns, school board positions, right now, they don't have to say whether they're a Democrat or a Republican. But they want to pass a law where they would have to say who their
That's
party
everywhere
affiliation.
in Florida.
No, there's no party affiliation.
No, I'm saying on a ballot in Florida, that was for every county. I had to vote for it.
Right, but I'm saying right now there's no party affiliation.
I'm saying you have to vote for that. And today, when you go vote, you go vote if you want to say that in the state of Florida.
Right.
It's not just whatever you were at.
No, right. It's for the whole state.
Right.
Yeah,
You're making it sound like it was just for your county.
No. I'm just saying for the state to change it so that people have to name who their party is.
Why do you think that's a big deal?
I think that
because you won't vote, you won't elect him if he's a Democrat. This is so stupid. That's why I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. It's just ridiculous. Oh, he's Republican. He can't be on the board. He's Democrat. He's this. It's just ridiculous.
I don't get into it that way.
You just did.
No, but
you just did.
No, I said it's no. I didn't say that. That's
I think it's fair. I think it's good that they don't know. It's a good thing.
Well,
why the hell does everyone have to know what I believe in? I don't understand that.
No.
It's your belief. You believe in what you believe in, just like you vote who you vote for. Why the fuck do you have to know what I believe in? It's just stupid. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is part of the problem is like the issues that are for like your particular city, right? I don't believe that.
Because if you're a Democrat now that you can't be on that board?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the issues. Like we have an issue in our community.
What is that doesn't have anything to do with the fact that they're trying to make it so that someone has to tell them if they're a Republican or a Democrat. That's what you're talking about.
Right. I'm saying, what do you think? I don't think they should do it.
I think it's dumb.
Right. Okay. So we agree on that.
Oh, great. That's good. All right. Anyway, man, I was thinking about this the other day because I noticed on X you can't see like the followers and like the following and the followers of certain people.
Yeah, that's weird. I noticed that recently.
Well, it's just because leads into which maybe I was intrigued.
Right.
So I found out that they're in the process of updating that shit.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see all of that. I don't know if I agree with this part of it. You're going to be able to see, say if someone blocks you, you're going to still be able to see their content, but you're not going to be able to interact with them. Vice versa as well. Like, so if you block someone, they'll still be able to see you, but whatever.
So if you block someone on Facebook, I don't think they can see you or communicate with you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so, but I'm not sure 100% about that.
I love the mute button on on those things.
Yeah, the mute can mute for 30 days.
No, forever.
Oh yeah, you could just mute them, but without getting rid of them.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a great feature.
Or you can hit the unfollow.
It's a great feature.
So you don't follow them anymore, but you're still on. They can still be on your friends list, but you don't.
But you
follow
still
them.
see their posts though.
Yeah, but not as often.
Yeah, I think you can limit it to like pictures and something.
Yeah.
You can, but yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they're finally rolling it. They're actually starting to roll it out for certain people.
Well, there's a new thing on Facebook too, where they're going to, and I don't know if they're going to make other social medias do this, but you know, there's a law, COPPA, COPA law, and it's for under the age of 13. And I think they're going to start enforcing that on all these social medias, because I read about where Mark Zuckerberg is going to have to develop a certain algorithm or thing for people under the age of 13 on Facebook now.
That's cool.
So there's a law, you can look it up, COPA.
There's also a law in the house where you just tell your kid.
How about go outside and play tag?
I mean, it's tough. Being a
street.
dad of 6 daughters, that's a hard thing to, especially with younger ones. I thought that they would go outside more here when we moved here.
Yeah.
But they actually ended up staying inside more, but that's pretty typical, I guess, unless they're playing like a sport.
Right.
It's pretty hot
Yes.
during the day outside. So, yeah, but I don't know. You make your kids read books? Like, I mean, that's the thing. That's what I mean. Like,
when they were small.
I was actually just talking about this yesterday, like, because at Montessori, like the way that my children were educated, it was imperative for us to go home and to stand on their necks to make sure that they read their chapter books, like religiously. And we did, you know what I mean? But she's about to be 18, a senior, right? She just struggles with the reading portion tests.
Right.
And I was looking at some of they make it so hard to understand. Like the way they word it.
Yeah, I know. It's like they word it in a way like a lawyer wrote it.
Yeah, bro.
It's so weird.
They're 18 years old. They've never interacted with this high of an intelligent being yet. Right? They don't talk to people like that. Right. They're not sitting there having a conversation with professors and shit, bro. Like, and this is a standard test that she has to pass. I feel so bad for this girl, bro. Like, she literally breaks down trying to figure out, like, without cheating. Because all of her classmates, I'm not, whatever, they're not going to watch this, but that's how they pass these standard tests.
Maybe.
She says, like, she's like, they all use their phones. And she said she hates it because her teachers always put her in the front. And so she can't, not that she wants to cheat, right? Like, she was just super excited because she passed her math test, and she didn't cheat.
Right.
And all of it, everybody else, for the most part, they were like, yeah, we cheated, But she couldn't cheat because she's in the front and she can't hide her phone like that, like everybody else. But I don't know where I was going with that, man, but the education system.
Yeah, the whole
trash.
testing thing is messed up. I mean, one thing I'll say is DeSantis did take away all those weird tests that they were making the kids do, and that gives more time for studying now.
What weird tests when they're still doing standardized testing, Alan? No, they didn't.
Yeah, they took away that one test.
One test, he says. Bro.
No, that they were given every grade. I don't know. Now now you're talking about the test for the graduation. No,
it's standard.
Oh, the standardized test,
math and reading tests.
Oh,
those things, they take them every year for 2 weeks at a time. Bro.
Right, and it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's nuts.
They have to pass it to graduate.
Right.
You have to pass those tests.
Right.
But you have to take it over and over and over again. Like, it's just it's so stupid. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Yep, rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Dude, that guy is like, how many careers
did he make?
I mean, one comes to mind.
Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Yep.
Holy shit, bro. No Quincy, no Mike. Well, a variation of Mike, I'm sure. But
yes.
Not the Mike Jack that we know.
No.
I don't think. I mean, just so many and shit, dude. Like, Yeah, that was sad.
Well, and they say one of the greatest songs of all time, "We Are the World." So they say it's one of the greatest songs of all time.
Moment of silence for Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And also, DJ Clark Kent, bro. Like, I don't know if you know, he's the guy that, like...
I've heard the name before.
Yeah, DJ Clark Kent literally, he helped, not help, but, like, he found Biggie Smalls. He was the Notorious B.I.G. Like, yeah, man. He's just a legend, man. That guy.
Well, along those lines, here's a story. This story really upset me, and it's kind of whack. So there was this guy, and he was all over Instagram and Facebook Reels and TikTok, and now I don't remember his name, so it doesn't matter. Everybody will know who it is. And he had 2 pets in his house, Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon. And the guy had this like animal sanctuary, but apparently like he wasn't licensed as a rehabilitation center for animals. And he had this pet squirrel in the house, and the pet squirrel was like very into like, apparently like they can be super destructive if they get in your house. They will like F up your house.
Oh, a squirrel? Yeah.
But he found it and outside, and its mother got squished by a car, and it was a little tiny baby, and he raised it. And even though he tried to like get it to go outside, it would keep getting hurt, and it didn't know how to survive, because it didn't have a mother.
Right.
So he took it in his house, and he had all these videos super popular everywhere. And then all of a sudden, this guy gets raided by the New York Department of Environmental Conservation. They like raid the guy's house. They like go in there like they're searching for drugs. The guy posted a video on TikTok. I was like, dude, they like trashed the guy's whole house. Everything. They're pulling out the drawers, going everywhere. And it supposedly took them hours to catch this squirrel because they're fast.
Yeah.
So supposedly, and then they said that it bit one of the people, but I don't believe that, because if they're going to catch an animal, a dog, or a bird or something, they put on these big, massive gloves so that they can't get hurt. So I don't believe for 1 minute that somebody got bit by the squirrel. And then in order to test the squirrel and the raccoon for rabies. They killed them. Killed the guy's
So that's
pet.
the Pray for Peanut hashtag I've been seeing. Okay, I didn't understand.
So they killed Peanut and they killed Fred the
I
raccoon.
didn't mean to laugh. I didn't. That's terrible.
No, and the guy's like really upset about it. And
I
then,
bet.
And then I was reading this story in USA Today.
That is terrible.
Yeah, and I mean,
who dropped dime on him?
I don't know, but this,
Well, if he was like a
no, but he got raided like it was like the ATF
but if he was right,
or
but
the
if he was
DEA.
like super viral on social media, no one necessarily had to rat him out. Somebody just in the agency probably saw like, hey, dude, this guy's like raising squirrels and raccoons in his house. This shit is not
One
okay.
squirrel and one raccoon.
I know, but still, it's not okay. Like you are not.
Apparently, like you could do
You're
it.
not Professor X, bro.
Apparently, like you can get a license to have like a wildlife rehabilitation center.
Yeah,
and then you could do it.
I'm sure you didn't, but in metropolitan New York.
I don't think he was in. He was like in upstate somewhere.
Oh, okay, word. I thought you meant like he's in the 5 boroughs, like
so
in Brooklyn. Or
so in the
shit.
article, it kind of discussed like a lot of people who want to do that move to Florida because apparently in Florida you can have wildlife pets. I mean, I've seen people like I went into a guy's office one day. I want to tell you, I stopped.
When I was just up in Jacksonville. I seen some wild pets.
No, I want to tell you something. I stopped dead in my tracks. I walk into this office one day of this guy that used to own. He was a manager / part owner of this strip club. Okay, and I come in. They had like security. Go through the security doors. They're like, "Oh, go back here." And I stopped dead in my tracks. This mother effer had like a freaking some kind of leopard, giant, wild cat thing. It was sitting in the middle of the room. I was like, what is that? And it was some kind of like, some kind of exotic pet. And I was scared to death to go near that thing. He's like, oh, it won't do anything. I was like, no, like get it away from me. But apparently, like there's people that have left New York and moved to Florida because they want to set up these
I'm trying to find that shit.
wildlife conservation thing. Oh, I have it on my phone. The Fred the Squirrel thing.
Yeah, no. The wildlife conservation thing. That's interesting. So
you have to become a rehabilitation
specialist, certified. You got to get certified through the state. Somehow.
Right. Yeah, you have to get certified. So you have to get certified and all that. And then the guy's not certified, but I don't know why they just went off. They busted into the guy's house like it was the DEA. He goes, a whole slew of agents poured in, ripped his whole house apart. He goes, they're looking.
I mean, they do that shit to the streamers, that Kai Cenat all the time. They just did it. They call it swatted. Like, my house got swatted. They rent or like an Airbnb type thing.
Yeah.
They sit in there and they just stream, play video games and shit. Like, they're not even doing anything reckless like that.
It's crazy. But
then people call
I hope the
911.
I hope the guy sues the shit out of them, and hopefully maybe he'll win.
I mean, if it was illegal, it's illegal. He's not going to win.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know if they had to kill the animals though.
They do the same thing to a snake.
So why couldn't they just go take Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon and give them to another rehabilitation center? Why did they have to take them and kill them?
That was some super hater shit, Alan.
Okay. And why did
they obviously never watched Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's not, I don't know. Those people.
Or National Geographic.
Whoever narked them out, karma's going to get you.
What's the old guy? What's the David Hasselhoff?
David Hasselhoff?
Not that guy.
Now we can have Pamela
the old
Anderson.
guy with the British accent, the nature dude, David Attenborough or something like that. What's his name?
What do you mean from when we were? No. I remember when I was a kid. What was that show? Marlon Perkins.
David Attenborough.
Remember that Marlon Perkins? He had a show on TV.
Who?
Marlon Perkins. It was like a wild.
David Attenborough. This guy. The guy who always does the nature shows, man.
Right. Yeah.
That guy, he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT?
For real. It's still...
so there was this guy when I was a kid, Marlon Perkins, and he had like a wildlife show on TV.
Yeah, no. So, again, I'm 44 years old.
Well, he had a wildlife show. It was a big thing on TV.
I don't even remember any wildlife shows when I was a kid.
Yeah, he was like remember that guy? Who was that guy in Australia? The guy, he was like swimming with and then he got killed swimming with the manta ray, got stung.
Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
Yeah, he got killed, that guy.
Yeah, his son is he's the same.
Right.
But is it the Irwins? I don't know.
Yeah, that's who it is. The guy in Australia.
Have you used the Search GPT thing? And
I haven't tried it yet.
I sent it to you yesterday.
Yeah, that was cool. We're in there.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It was. And it all, when you search for nationwide payment systems inside of it, every result.
I wonder if we search another business, what would happen? I have to try
No,
that.
I did. It's not the same.
Oh, it's not the same? So we got a good search result. We use it, so probably.
Brush off my shoulder.
Okay.
Gotta give myself the props.
Now, yes, we have a new service.
SEO is my thing.
For $99 a month, we can set you up so you can be found in Search GPT.
It's $9,000 a month.
No, I'm just saying that's going to be the next thing people are going to be selling.
Oh yeah, I was talking about it because it's almost like every search newsletter, email that I've been getting for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Right.
It's just been talking about it over and over again. So remember when I said I thought it was connected to Google?
Right.
It's not.
Oh, it's not connected to Google.
It is connected to Bing's
index.
Bing? So everyone who has been like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Ignoring Bing?
Yes. People who really do SEO have not, right? Because people like yourself still use Microsoft Excel. Like the amount of laptops and technology that the Microsoft Edge gets, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's installed on every one of those laptops.
So it's installed in my phone.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to install Chrome, the browser, to you know what I mean?
Right.
They still have Google as the search bar, you know what I mean? But in order to use like Chrome and the extensions and everything, you got to actually download that.
Right.
But
yeah, so, like my laptop automatically.
So all the people who have been like, oh yeah, I do SEO, I do SEO, I do SEO, come to find out that they've only been, you know, trying to get their pages indexed at Google and ranked in Google. They're really, really behind because, I mean, I don't know how great the search has improved on, you know what I mean? I mean, like the Webmaster Central inside of Bing,
right?
The Webmaster Tool thing. I don't know how that, of course, all of our websites are registered and ready to go, but I don't know how they made those improvements. That used to take weeks and months sometimes to get verified in that thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sometimes it'd take forever, bro. And then they'd make you send a document, a verified document with them. Facebook just tried doing that to us.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even check it. They keep sending me a thing. You're eligible for this new Meta.
It's not new. They're just trying to make you pay for the check mark, man. That's all they're trying to make you do, bro.
Well, I would pay for the check mark if it helps the advertising.
I'm sure. It says it literally. It pumps you up in the algorithm.
Well, they're not letting us sign up yet, so.
Well, and I understand for whatever reason they had MPS printer as like the
main thing.
Yes,
that's weird.
Shout out to Dave. Yeah, but so like the chat search GPT thing, like everybody's been frantically trying to, get their websites registered and to the Bing Webmaster Central, and I think it's hilarious. But so that could make some people some money for sure. People trying to, because it's not that easy. You know what I mean? It's not. I guess it's pretty straightforward actually. It's the same.
Whatever, something extra somebody's going to charge for.
As getting installed in Google Analytics to a website, it's the same.
Just like I get emails every day. Oh, I want to do your SEO. Oh, let me get you a Google My Business page. $99.
Let me mess your SEO up for you. Let me put you in a different category. So it'll drop your search rankings back.
Now somebody's going to be emailing me. Let me get you listed in ChatGPT search. So here's an interesting article that I read this morning.
Yes.
About this restaurant concept called Kura, Kura Sushi. So their concept is that they don't really have wait staff in there. And I think they have one of them at the Sawgrass Mall. And they have this like revolving track that goes through the restaurant. And it has little plates of sushi and everything on there. Plus, you can go on the app.
Is that Sawgrass or the bar?
No, in Sawgrass they have it. And
I think they might have something similar in
the brand.
No, it's in Sawgrass because I was just there a couple weeks ago.
So they're opening them up like all over. So they're opening one up in Indianapolis. So it was in the Indy news story. And so I clicked on it. And then if you can have the app on your phone. So if you wanted a hot food or a soup, you just tell them you want that. And then the kitchen puts it on there with your table number so nobody else grabs it. So you can get your specific item that you ordered. Otherwise, it's just small plates of sushi going around. And
like a dim sum spot.
Yeah. And then you just take it. And then when the wait staff comes over, they know
they mark your little.
Well, they know by I guess the color of the plates.
Yeah, right.
And the size.
That's very traditional Japanese Asian culture. I feel like though, that's how it is over there.
What, they just have a revolving? It's like a racetrack, man.
Yeah.
I mean, most people when you go to like a super like I've been to like a few.
Well, the sushi spots are different. Like super like nice traditional sushi is going to be one, it's going to be hard to get into. Two, it's going to be limited seating.
Yeah, most of the time you're just sitting at little sushi bars.
Little bar, yeah.
Little sushi bars when you go into places.
But they've turned it into almost like a buffet style.
So then they also want to put in robots to bring the drinks over to you and all this stuff. And
we're just so behind, bro.
And they're just going to
doing all this shit over there.
Yeah,
We're like what, 10 years behind in that?
I'm just saying, like, restaurants need to think about like their concepts and how they're going to
like,
make their...
I feel like if I was the guy with all that money that was trying to, not like was opening a restaurant, I would definitely spend some time out east.
Yeah.
And just study, like how they operate. Look how the cleanliness of all the stuff. When you watch these travel, like I watch some of these travel vlogs and stuff like that.
Right.
The amount, the density of the population once blows my mind.
Right. It's very dense.
And the cleanliness of it also blows my mind. One, because the people care.
Right.
And they're not throwing shit in the garbage. There's recycling programs.
But generally, most of the restaurants are smaller than what you typically see here. It's a small restaurant. 20 people go inside.
Right. And then there might be a table outside or two.
Right. They're not having it's not a big thing. Like you see a lot
but then you talk about those food halls out there too, though. They're extremely clean too. I mean, this again, you're watching it on video, your camera. You're not there firsthand, so you don't really know what the bathroom looks like. But when you're sitting at the table, everything looks really clean. The people look cleanly, everything, you know what I'm saying? And you go try to experience that here locally, you're not going to get that.
It's just like a different setup. Like you see a lot of these, I've seen a lot of them. And when you go up, like they're cooking behind the thing.
Yeah.
And then you're just sitting there and they're just giving out the food. So you're not like having this experience here where like you order food, you sit at a table and someone takes an order. Like it's a whole different setup.
Right.
It's a different concept, It's a different concept of food. So, that's why I'm saying like somebody needs to, because
back home in Milwaukee, they opened this like food hall style type.
Right.
That is very similar to what they have, you know what I mean? Like in the Philippines, when you go and there's just like a mall,
right?
But it's just food,
right? So
they had they opened one out back in Milwaukee and it's doing really well. I can't wait to experience that.
They have a bunch of them in Atlanta. They tried to open some here, and haven't been like wildly successful. Like in Delray, they built one.
Bugs, man. No, I don't know.
No, I'm just saying they built a couple, but I don't think they were wildly successful because I don't think they had the right kind of food concepts in there.
Right.
Because people don't eat the same way. You have to kind of like have food that's going to be. You have to figure out how to do it.
You got to cater to the people who are going to eat it.
Right. Exactly.
And the population is so. There's so many different types of people
and it's
here.
Very transient here too.
Well, like
tourists.
I mean, people, but then those tourists are going to they're going to come down here. They want to try Jamaican food. They want to try Haitian food.
Right.
They want to try Cuban food. They want to try Honduran food. They want to try this, and this. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't want to sit down and just because they could go back home and eat Chinese food or whatever it is,
or Italian food,
exactly,
or a steak.
Exactly.
Right. People want to get a taste of like different cuisines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just don't think anybody's like thought it out to see like, oh, what could be the new restaurant? Just like I saw this other restaurant where they just have a thing on the table. You scan the QR code and then you just start ordering your food from your phone.
Yeah. It's pretty standard now.
And then, and then they just bring it out to the table. And I think we're going to see more and more of these type of restaurants.
I go to this restaurant it's called The Alchemist.
Yeah.
But there's like this the La Mexican Cantina, the Cantina or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing. You order it from your phone. The person who cooks it pretty much brings it to you.
Yeah.
Like there's no staff in that place.
Yeah.
No staff. You grab your drinks out of the
it's
refrigerator.
small, right?
It's small, but there's a lot of people. You can sit a lot of people there.
Okay.
And I'm sure they hire people on busy nights or whatever because they have Taco Tuesdays. So if you're in the what is that? Flagler Village, I think that's
Flagler Village, yeah. That's like the artsy-fartsy area by Fort Lauderdale. By Sunrise and US 1.
Yep, right around there.
Yep.
It's a great restaurant.
Yeah, cool area.
Yeah. Well, that's the pod, man. Subscribe to the channel for us, please. Thanks for listening. Check you out next Wednesday. Well, tomorrow, actually. Today.
You'll be seeing this tomorrow.
Go vote early and often.
Peace out. Voting's over
Peace.
when you hear this. The voting has ended. Let's not be in trouble for that.